Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Cutting Edge. I'm Sharp Cheddar, here on site at Gaither Blade and Bling, my shop in Brandon, Florida. Today's topic we're going to be discussing is, should I save or should I blow? Just a quick forward, we are still playing around with our aspect ratios and our filming techniques, so you'll see a little bit of difference throughout today's video. After this we are going to standardize, so be on the lookout for that. And of course, like and subscribe if you like what we're doing. Tell us what we could do better, what you'd like to see, or anything else.
The knife is one of humanity's oldest tools.
And its most fascinating. Stone to steel, plastic to titanium, wood to composite, and everything in between. Here at Gaither Blade and Bling, we see everything from junk to jewels. Find out more with us on The Cutting Edge. I suppose we should ask, what does constitute quality? And what doesn't constitute quality? And who changed the wardrobe on me?
Anyone who spends any amount of time on knife communities or knife forums, you'll see that people have very strong opinions on what constitutes quality. For example, these two knives I have here side by side, one of them could very well be rage-inducing in some of these threads. Most of you have correctly identified it as this one. This is actually a copy of the Buck 110. The Buck 110 is one of the most copied knife models in the world. You'd find this at my shop for $10. You'd find one of these at my shop well over 40. This, of course, being the original, backed by Buck and their forever warranty. Great knife, I've carried it for years. While there is a noticeable difference in quality by price point, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go for the most expensive option. It's a knife. I use it for cutting things. Say you only have the $10. This would do perfectly well for cutting an apple or digging around in dirt. People collect for different reasons. Some people, they buy their knives, they put them on display or on a mantelpiece, never open them again. Other people, they use them to abuse them, and that's why they buy quality, or that's why they buy a cheaper knife. When you entrust a life to your equipment, however, it is important to note what that equipment is going to be used for. For example, this Frost might be an okay whittler, but I wouldn't trust it to help me survive in the woods. This Rat 5 would make a great bushcrafting knife, but may not be so great at wiring. If you and your family are rappelling or on a ropes course and your loved one has to be cutaway rescued, would you rather you see the rescuer pull out one of these, obviously it looks like it's meant to do something, or something like this to rescue them? Another great example would be, would you really want your barber to pull out one of these? You really want your barber using one of those, or would you rather go with something like this? There are some instances where you wouldn't necessarily put much out. This is kind of an extreme example. We have the melon tester here. Yep, Colonial of USA. It's a melon tester. You're testing the melon. You don't necessarily need to put that much money into it. Here are some knives out of my personal collection, and they have served me very well and for different purposes. In fact, this Kershaw here, the Kershaw starter, you can regularly find at my shop for $20. Got quite the nice heft to it. It's only the 8CR 13 molybdenum steel. It still does its job, which is cut things when I don't want to reset the edge later. Some people may be frothing at the mouth. I would dare to include a Chinese-made knife in here, but it just goes to show all these knives have a purpose in my rotation. Got the Svord Peasant here. This one actually is one that I've used, and you can see the marks on there. I've used this to clean algae off of pond pillars. It's actually a cheaper knife, but it is still heavy duty enough to do the job I ask it to. Benchmade Griptilian. This one is actually a Florida Knife Group special. This one is the salt resistant steel. Got it right up here. You can see salt resistant does not mean salt proof. I put this one through its paces. And this one I'd carry when I don't necessarily want to get the rust out of my other blades. The Opinel number 8, and you can see it's got some usage marks. I would not use for heavy duty chopping. It is very light. However, I do carry it at camp. It's very nice, very sharp, stays very sharp. Again, I did not pay very much for this knife, but I still get quite a bit of use out of it. Spyderco Rescue. Somebody actually did a custom plating on that to get that shininess. I carry this when I used to work on coping climbing in case of a cutaway rescue, which cutaway rescues are not very common anymore. Most climbing equipment and fail safes, you can actually remove the hair, finger, clothing, whatever the object that gets stuck is, through various uses of mechanical advantage. But I still carried it just in case. It's got the spider edge, so you could saw through rope. Lastly, got the Microtech Troodon. This is one that I put money into just because I wanted a Microtech. This is one that I had no problem putting a lot of money into. It is Elmax steel. Very good steel. It just takes a few passes to get that edge right back. And again, you can see I do use this one very hard. I get my money's worth out of it. So how much knife is enough? How much is too much? We got the Kershaw, Tangram, the Buck, Benchmade, the SOS. Which price point could I have stopped at? Honestly, I could have stopped at the Kershaw. That knife right there could do almost everything that I currently do. However, because I don't want to spend most of my downtime on edge maintenance, I have a variety of different options. Tangram up, I hardly have to do any sharpening at all. It's all honing or stropping. Benchmade, I don't have to worry about scrubbing out rust near as often. The SOS I can deploy very quickly one-handed. Whew, that certainly was a lot to cover. But if you have any questions about the price point on the knives that you're looking for, what you can find and what you need, you can let us know. We'll help you find out exactly what it is you need. And now, the mail call. Got the SOS X1 again, opening the box. More new, big and sweet. And more new, big and sweet. That's right, it's the Garberg. We've got 2 more Garbergs. These are considered some of the hardiest Mora knives. It's got a nice sandy grind, so it'll really bite in. And they even say you can use it for batoning, feathering, and other bushcraft. See if we can get a zoom in on that beautiful little sheath right there. My wife behind the camera, of course. We'll put a web belt, or might even be able to fit a pistol belt through there. Might have to try that right here. Ooh, this and that. Ooh, nope, failing. There we go. Might have to feature that in one of our ASMR videos. You really need to come in and feel this. If you've ever handled a Mora before, you know how lightweight they are. This is lightweight, but it still just feels right in the hand. Got a no slip grip. I'm actually kind of worried about even touching that edge. Stainless, yep, it confirms it's 14C28 Sandvik. Oh, look at that chisel. I'll have to get a still picture to put up for you guys, but man, this thing is just about perfect. And we got 2 of them. Reserve yours today. Another unboxing. Fairly certain I know it's in here, but I got a few packages coming, so I guess we're about to find out. Bringing out the SOS X1 again to open our package. Yeah, listen to that click. It's actually double packed. We've got 2 Case XX single blade. I believe they are are walnuts. If not, I will go back and correct myself. Oh yes. Let's see. Let's get the number of dots we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dot as well. Beautiful pattern right there. If anyone really wants it bad, just let me know.
Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, just let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and any suggestions or anything you want to see. Today's knife of the day is the Ontario Knife Company Shell and Oyster Knife. I'm your host, Sharp Cheddar, here at Gaither Blade Bling, and this was The Cutting Edge.